but also take away Violet if Violet isn't banned. They don't want to give Violet over to For the Dream. But also we know that Shuriko has a nasty two-lane, so they're gonna go with the Violet here. And we also know Moon has a very aggressive and really good L'Oreal. So let's see if those mage bans may come out. But Zenio, a popular ban that may come out in this draft along with Teaming.
How bad do you feel if you go so far as to name yourself Arena of Violet to then just have everybody banded against you always? Like, feels bad, man. Like, that's a bit of monk ass in chat right there.
Like
Lindis,
see, Lindis and Violet are banned.
The respect is there.
They're like, guys, don't play your best heroes because they're broken on you guys.
But the thing that you have to consider as well is these mid-mages for both of these teams have the capability of standing up. If you take a look at the quarterfinals on Wednesday, Vitality pulled out Raz against Royal. So their mid laners have that versatility. Yeah. They have the deeper hero pools, which once you start getting into these teams that are concerned about these target bans, obviously we see that with the Lindis, the Violet, and the Liliana bans on your screen.
Yeah.
Having those deeper hero pools are super important for your ability to succeed.
Speaking of deep hero pools, Shuriko actually played a pretty mean Kali. I would love to see Kali come out.
Kali's
good.
She's so good. Okay,
She's OP. No one knows it yet.
Okay, I can tell you why. It's because in most of your ranked games, if you're anywhere below like mid to high diamond, teams just don't know how to play with her. You need to build a wall in front of Kali and just have her lob all the damage over it. But these are, I think, two of the expected bans. I could have maybe seen the Zenio in for the Malik there, but of course, Superman going to be the knight here over the other side. But Kali could be an option.
Yeah, it could be. So let's see if they're going to pick, For the Team's going to prioritize a Zenio, or they're going to prioritize the Roma, or they're going to prioritize the Teamy. So what do you think? I think they'll probably pick the Zenio here.
It's either Zenio or Teamy.
And then give Teamy over to...
Teamy Ryoma, like, that's a heck of a 1-2.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually picked the Zenio because Vitality had success in the quarterfinals on that Zenio. But as a result, look at what you're giving up. You're giving up the Teamy. Obviously, we can talk about the Max Zenio matchup all day long, but Vitality side laners can perform on that Max.
Yeah, exactly. And Max and Zenio are just kind of even for the most part because Max goes over with liftoff. Zenio can just use a Genic Splendor and follow him across the map. However, Max denies ADC. So that means For the Dream cannot play ADC. And they're going to take L'Oreal away from Moon, and we talked about how good Moon's L'Oreal is. So now they have Tulin or Kali. So let's see what they decide to pick. And Ryoma, Wonderworld, wow, this is huge side lane. They may go with a Ryoma jungle here. Redemption has played Ryoma jungle, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're going to do it here with that punch. Okay, I love this draft prioritization coming out right now. They know they've already got the mid laner. We can hold it. I mean, unless they're going to pick Tulin up and do some wonky double mage shenanigans here, I think it's very likely. Holding off on the Mina pick, I think that's huge here. But Mina, as an answer to Max, I dig it.
I also think it's hilarious because if you put Tulin over into the hands of Vitality, you're actually going to get
They're going to get Kali.
The backwards.
Ooh,
Wisp! Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Wisp. Wisp has only been out 24 hours. And just like that, it looks like we're going to find Arena of Violet picking that up in the jungle. Oh, this is spicy.
It's that candy bar. Wisp candy bar. And they're going to go to Raz. They want to go to the high gauge here. This is very risky and interesting because Mina, you have Omen, can lock Raz down. Raz is so weak to Omen, so weak to taunts. Like, he's mobile. He has to run around and poke like crazy. But if he gets caught into an Omen, it's GG.
Guys, this wasn't
very interesting.
This wasn't in the script. This wasn't on the prep work. It's done. It happened. It's there. All right. Let's reel it back, but let's talk about Wisp. Sweet J, we've had some playtesting. We've had some opportunity, especially in the jungle, using that 2 ability with the barrel against the wall to get the stun. Positioning is great, but accuracy has to be there.
Yeah, the barrel only stuns when it hits at the end or when you hit the barrel into someone against a wall. So the range is roughly equal to the attack range of Wisp. But again, Wisp is like a Violet. You want to play side to side with their ability because when you use that jump ability that increases her attack speed, it lets her do a lot of damage. She does a lot of AoE damage. Her ultimate, Shock and Awe, can destroy and decimate an entire enemy team.
It's crazy. So you really want to use her as that follow-up initiation. Your team goes in and then you follow up with that big stun, drop the ult, all the while dishing in that damage with that splash. You're going to have it on those rockets. They are incredible. And again, we're still not 100% sure how we're necessarily going to see her play because her ult, I think, could necessarily sometimes it's good position, but of course you're locked down while you're using it. So high risk, high reward. We'll see how she's playing here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But with the Wisp locked in, now we need to know what Twitch chat thinks. What is it? I know you guys were close. 90% of Twitch chat believes that Vitality.
I guess we know where Twitch chat stands now on my analysis predictions here. Let's see. Let's get into this game, though. I just want to see how this plays out as we get into game number 1 for the Dream, Team Vitality. This is going to be the decider here. Who's going to go up against Team Noob in that grand final. EU is looking so strong today, and both these teams want to live up to that.
Yeah, for sure. And this is one thing that with Roma, you have a strong early. If L'Oreal gets the late game with Wisp, they got a hard time. Vitality, so as soon as Max turns level 4, Vitality needs to make a lot of plays. They can get onto the Wisp. Max is such a good counter to the ADC that, but you have Zenio. Zenio can then just ult on top Wisp and protect Arena of Violet from Max and that damage. So this would be a very I think both drafts are pretty equal. It's going to come out to execution.
I would agree. I mean, of course, we still have that unknown, that X factor, Arena of Violet with that Wisp there. So we'll see how that plays out as well. There's just a little bit of initial poking going on here. Both these teams kind of just feel out their opponents in this early game so far. They want to get the read and see what is going down here. This jungle is going to be sort of the big point of contention here. As Azure is going to look to go get that initial stun. The Pooty Poots are there. The follow-up with the Ryoma relaxes in a tough spot. There's the knockup from that. Oh, no, that is it right there. The Raz securing that. That's first blood, and that was exactly what Vitality needed to do.
Yeah, what a nice play. The Pooty Poots, again, it does so much damage. When you hold it for about 3 seconds, it does the full damage and the longer stun it is, too, when you hit it on the end. And that's exactly what Azure did. What a nice play. Getting first blood and giving a huge gold to Raz. And that, look at Raz, at 1.2k compared to everyone else on the map.
Yeah, he's definitely looking forward to utilizing that, picking up some of those items to exercise his will on his opponents, let's say here. Because already the jungle of FTD is a minefield right now. It's the danger zone coming in now from Vitality as they're forcing them back and then auto-rotating right in there onto that Abyssal Dragon. So that is the first dragon going to go over the way of Vitality. And already starting off this game, they know they have amazing early game pressure. They have that kill potential, and they are doing what their draft is meant to do. For the Dream really is playing more for that late game, the late game L'Oreal, the late game Wisp. So we'll see what happens here. Rez is going to be safe. Grizzly Q is here, and maybe overstepping one more. No, the heal is there, keeping Wonder Woman alive. That was massive. If Viking had actually... King had died, that would have been...
Yeah, I love that heal, that Zenio. I mean, they're just counterplaying each other. But Azure, he charged up his Pooty Poots and then basically told Grizzly HQ, hey, if you want to try to get this kill, you're going to eat my fart from Teamy and get stunned. So that was a really... I mean, Azure is playing phenomenal on Teamy right now. I think he's a difference maker right now in this early game for them, for sure.
But of course, when you leave the lane, things happen. And Suitaro is like, all right, Zenio, you can back out and save your team, but I'll just push down your tower. So, of course, there's for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and we're seeing the reaction coming in now from Vitality when they're forcing out these rotations. They are in full control. They are ahead, only 1k gold right now, but they are 100% in the driver's seat in this game starting this off so far. But for the Dream, may not necessarily be too upset with that because, as we say, they're definitely playing more towards that late game.
Yeah, what I'm interested in is Wisp and Wisp passive. Because when Wisp dies, it's a kamikaze of bombs, right? I want to see how this dynamic plays out. Is Arena of Violet going to go in, deep and commit kamikaze and do as much damage as he can and then allow his passive to then clean up the fight? So it'll be very interesting to see how Vitality will respond. Because, again, Wisp is a very new hero. I don't think a lot of teams have played or seen Wisp played at a very high professional level.
Yeah, it's definitely not something they're overly familiar with. So could be a benefit, could not necessarily be that here for the side for the Dream. Because, of course, his own teammates aren't necessarily going to be as aware of what's going on potentially here. But they wouldn't pull it out in such a crucial map if they didn't feel confident on it. Once you feel comfortable in that marksman role, you are able to utilize it there pretty much no matter what. So clearly Arena Violet is feeling confident. Rez is going in, though. Needs to be careful dodging every skill shot, though, that Wonder Woman is throwing at him. King is kind of like, I tried, but we still got the dragon, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, and then like clockwork, they rotate to the dragon right when it spawns. Vitality is just playing so precise and clean right now. That's the second dragon they've taken. That puts them at a huge level lead. Look at the level 6-5 on the side of For the Dream, and Vitality is already 8-7.
Yeah, but King is the target of the ire here of the side of For the Dream, but the heal is going to be there. Now Rez has overstepped, but the whole team is joining the fray right now. The return heal coming in, but it is relaxed a bit too far forward, but the ball, the stun. Oh no, the side of For the Dream is ripping them apart right now. The counter initiation in that one. That was absolutely insane, and it all came off the back of a beautiful Zenio rotation.
Yeah, like I said, Grizzly HQ, this guy makes plays. He landed a huge 3-man Malice, stunning everyone. And his Shurku uses a L'Oreal ultimate and just punishes the over-aggression from the side of Vitality. What a nice play again by Shurku and Grizzly Q there, turning that fight around, countering the counter with a counter.
The side of For the Dream is saying, don't mess with the angels here, because the heavenly damage, the smite, everything else coming in is not something you really want to deal with here. And they're going to back up, take that Spirit Sentinel now as well in the top lane. So they are now starting to claw their way back into this. They've pretty much equalized the gold lead here. Only about 1,000 ahead is now the side of Vitality. But that's not a huge deal here for them. They put themselves in a position where they could afford to lose a little bit here. But the scaling, as we said, Vitality wanted, I think, to be even further ahead here. But we already saw how tanky Wonder Woman is. That's going to play a factor as this game progresses.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm interested to see how Wisp Ultimate will play a role. Shock and all, you have to channel this ability. So there is a wind-up time to using this ability. So you have to basically all in a direction that you want the team to run away from if you're going to engage them, right? So you make them walk into your Shock and all ultimate, or you want to all on top of yourself if they're diving you. However, if you do that, your ult can get interrupted. And look at that stun there, and Shurku is in a really bad spot right now. However, Xeno's going to come right in the nick of time to save him.
Yeah, but all in the while, Rez is getting chased out by King. One more auto, not finding the connection there. Oh no, but the team will be there to turn. Shurko was able to be saved there, but again, at a big cost, as Max is now able to free push out this top lane. Actually not 100% sure that he needed the Zenio ult there, because now Zenio was forced back, but all the while, Sutaro's like, that's totally fine. And this is playing exactly into the game plan of Vitality, forcing out these Zenio rotations, where Max just continues to get value after value after value.
Exactly. Max was able to take a tower uncontested. This puts them in a nice lead now, and now they're trying to slowly invade jungle, take away the jungle up For the Dream, start starving them slowly, because they do not want this L'Oreal to get to late game. Because think about it, L'Oreal has AoE damage, Wisp has a ton of AoE damage, and the AoE damage from Wisp, the loose cannons, does AoE crit. So she can crit multiple people if they're all bunched up on top of each other. So it's be very interesting to see how they're going to play. And Raz secures that, and look at the ultimate coming down, not in the nick of time though.
Yeah, they are going in now deep onto Redemption. He's trying to stay able to flip himself out of there. Nicely done! The peel from the side of Vitality is there 100%, and now it is King trying to take down Mina on the other side of that. Beautifully done. Vitality, despite never really having Max in any of these fights, they are fighting 4v5 like it don't even matter at all. The while, Sweet Taro split pushing like a god right now, showing this is another variation of Max. This is another way to play the hero, and it's going so beautifully here.
Yeah, so Taro was actually their support, and now he's playing side lane with Azure playing support. So it's interesting to see all these players are so talented. They can play different positions so proficiently, and I'm excited to see, because Sutaro was known as a playmaker on that support role, but now he's making plays. And look at the Raz combo there, but not enough though to kill L'Oreal.
Shurko is a beast. The dodging is there. Look at that dodging. Every single ability, the skill shots coming from the side of Vitality are getting absolutely negated there as well. As For the Dream is standing strong under the tower. Azure, no, but the whip to follow up. Shurko once again though dodging left, right, center. Happy feet coming out now for the side of For the Dream. They looked so confident. I thought that was a guaranteed kill. Vitality not able to find it.
Yeah, and Sutaro again takes another tower, a tier 2 tower, and they also get the mid tower. So even though Shurku did not die from the Raz, they're able to turn that around and get a positive trade. Vitality is just now ahead by almost 5k gold due to the plays that they just made.
And that was just a strict outplay from the side of Vitality there. Sweetaro playing out of his mind, and just a miscalculation from the side of For the Dream. Grizzly Hugh, an uncharacteristic misstep there from him. Not normally one to make that mistake there, and it's going to cost his team a lot here, because now they're forced to turtle up even more. And we're starting to see Vitality's game plan come online. Death by 1,000 cuts. This is really what is happening right now. But again, For the Dream in the late game, they're feeling pretty good, so maybe they're not feeling too bad about this.
Yeah, I love how Moon's playing. Moon is playing Raz so aggressively. This is the Moon that I love to see. On his Laura, on a Raz, well, we talked about his Liliana from last week, not playing as aggressive, but you can see when he is this aggressive and making plays, he really is able to dish a lot of damage and allow his team to then follow up on his initiations. He didn't get the kill in L'Oreal, but the way he played Raz was awesome. He did 2 knockups, did the combo perfectly, but L'Oreal was able to survive because of the support that she received. So let's see how this Raz is going to play out in the next team fights, because Moon is playing really aggressive, and I like it.
Yeah, Moon is definitely playing this hero the way he is meant to be played right now. He is putting on a clinic so far, and it's really going to be the battle here as Relax is going into the jungle, realizing that nowhere is safe, and this is huge. Relax, the tank here, wanting to be that front line for his squad, realizing that, man, I am not nearly tanky enough at this stage in the game. We are almost 11 minutes in, with the carry coming in for the side of Vitality, starting to come online, and using the ult to clear waves. That's viable.
Is... no wave stands a chance. I mean, look how fast that wave just disappeared. The wave clear from that ultimate is pretty amazing, and that's something that has so much utility. So I'm really enjoying seeing how Wisp is being used here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is really the first time that we are able to see her here in the Valor series. She's, only been out for about 24 hours, so this is still sort of an unknown factor for us watching this. We're learning here with you guys, and it's so much fun. Arena of Violet bringing this new hero to the battlefield here, so we can see how this plays out. But the Dark Slayer, the next point of contention on the battlefield, is going to be here, but already doing so much damage, and actually Vitality realizing, I don't think we can do this yet.
Yeah, I love what Azure did. Azure was on the bottom of the Dark Slayer in the enemy side jungle of the bush, giving vision on the team. That's a perfect setup to take the Dark Slayer. However, no one is all there. The whole team is not there, so it's a little risky to take Dark Slayer, because if For the Dream rotates up, kills, and gets this Dark Slayer, that's going to put them right back in the game, and that was a smart decision by Vitality to play a little bit more cautiously here.
Yeah, there's a 5k gold lead coming out now for the side of Vitality. They don't want to throw that away unnecessarily. That's not where they want to be right now. They just want to continue to get further ahead, make the smart play here. If they push for something unnecessarily, if they try to take a risky fight, this is the chance that For the Dream needs to get back into this. If Vitality keeps doing what they're doing, at least for now, they're in a good position, but there's going to be that tipping point at some point here coming up in the next few minutes, where the carry for the Dream starts to outstrip the carry of Vitality. And they're starting to go back in, so we'll see what happens here as this is progressing. And interesting to note here that the side of Vitality backing up here, Wonder Woman maybe having some issues, just sitting out, chilling out in the top lane right now, so that might be playing a factor here.
Yeah, that's going to give over a free Abyssal Dragon to the side of For the Dream. And looks like they secure the Dark Slayer, which is a really good play, but it looks like Wonder Woman I don't know where King is, but King is not in the game right now, so let's see if he has a disconnect potentially. But that's going to allow a lot of... But the fact that they took Dark Slayer was really good for the side of Vitality.
Yeah, that was definitely huge there. I mean, trading out Dragon, I'm like, oh, great, they're taking Dragon. That's fantastic. That's what we needed here. But, of course, I'll take Dark Slayer for that trade any day of the week. That is exactly what they were looking for here as well. So, honestly, not too bad, all things considered, for Vitality there.
Yeah, that was a smart play, because if your friend disconnected, right, you want to take the Dark Slayer, because if you get the Dark Slayer over along with the Abyssal Dragon take, that's going to put your team in a really rough spot and allow For the Dream to come back. So Vitality did the best that they could with the situation that was given, and now they need to finish this game early, though. If you look at if they let Wisp get to late game, Laura get to late game, that's going to be a really tough matchup from the team fight into late game.
And this is what we're talking about all matchup long here. And I know, Bill, if you want to jump in on this here for a second. I mean, we're looking at this right now. The late game carry potential of For the Dream is so solid from everything that we know about Wisp right now. When she gets to the late game, she's a powerhouse.
She is indeed. As Whips's adopted father Morin said, it's just wear and tear. And as a result, it is just the wear and tear of the game. But like you said, once she gets to level 15, she gets to that 4 or 5 item mark, that's when she really starts to hurt. And considering the team that she has around her, there is a possibility for her to pop off.
Yeah, and even late game, when she was below 15, her ultimate is on a 30-second cooldown. You add up all the cooldown items that they only build, that can be on like a 15, 20-second cooldown reduction, depending on what buff you have, and that's a lot. If you can ult 2 times in a fight, you probably going to win that fight, because if you live that long and you can ult twice, that's going to be a GG for the side of Whis.
Yeah, we were theory crafting some builds earlier for her, just kind of, what have you been looking at right now so far, and really building out crit potential here, because of course you can crit still on those AoEs, and that's
AoE crit.
AoE crit.
You know what value you would get if a team would bunch up?
Take you on a train straight to Value Town. That's exactly where they're going to be going right now. It's scary. Mix and pen, mix and armor reduction. Yeah.
And you have L'Oreal, right? L'Oreal is really good with an ADC, because if you dive the ADC, L'Oreal just ult, and you're forced to fight or commit to an ADC or try to get to L'Oreal and fight under ult, which could put the side of Vitality in a tough spot if they let this competition get to late game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, no more analysis. It's time for the game. The game's going. It's on pause. Let's get it. Guys, go.
Let's get her done, get back in this game. Vitality, Wonder Woman has rejoined the fray right now. This is exactly what they need. Of course, you want to have all 5 bodies here in the battlefield. So, Vitality now having that Dark Slayer buff, now being in a convincing, commanding position here. But the question now, Sui J, is what they can do with it.
Yeah, they have to organize the waves and then try to get these tier 2 to tier 1. They need to get at least one high ground tower, because if you get a high ground tower, you deploy the super minions, which is a huge lane pressure and puts a lot of wave control and wave push power to that side of the lane, so that you can continue to split push and end the game in a more organized fashion. So they need to get these tier 2 towers and hopefully get one tier 1 from this push here, but they got to split push doing this.
Oh, Max. Oh, that was actually hilarious. Okay.
Wow.
So he pops the ult, he gets the vision, goes in onto Zennial. Zennial's backing, and Zennial actually gets out.
I think the key is 7. I mean, if Vitaly needs to basically shut down 7 and not let him position in a way that you don't let him carry and make plays. But now we have King.
The exact perfect moment to get back there, so that Max almost just, if he wasn't totally paying attention, he might have just dove himself into the base, and that could have been the most hilarious throw we've seen all day.
Yeah, that could have been. Interesting that Raz built Tomb of the Reaper, so it looks like he's trying to counter the L'Oreal, because every time he does any damage or ability damage, it reduces the HP regeneration by 50%, which counters L'Oreal's passive. So interesting that Moon is basically counter building to make sure that L'Oreal is not going to be able to sustain as long in these fights.
And I think that's huge, though, actually shutting down Shuriko going to this lake. Azure almost finding that booty poot. That was, if we're talking frames there in that instance, almost finding that L'Oreal. That could have absolutely been massive here for Shuriko. Shuriko kind of playing with fire there, but so is Grizzly Q up here in this top lane, constantly being the one that's forced to split push out for the rest of his squad, keep them off the towers so far. But again, as this late game progresses, this will start to favor for the Dream, but not if they're so far behind. If you look at the gold differentiation, if you look at the levels right now, it's a big difference, especially because the Dragon, having map control, gives you such a huge advantage here. If Vitality dies under tower, though, they can reset this, but if they just play this smart, they can just start to wear down the side of For the Dream.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of wearing down, Raz is perfect for that. He has Power Surge at max levels. It's 2-second cooldown plus the additional cooldown you have. So he's basically launching this thing every 1.5 seconds. Look at that. Look how often Moon is launching these Power Surges. And he has the Boomstick, which is going to give extra boost damage when it comes to landing these abilities. Look at the amount of damage he can do, because he can constantly poke and slow. Not only it's great poke, but also slows you. So that's something that, For the Dream has to really think about.
Yeah, he's got that mean right hook there as Relax is trying to find the taunt, bring them back in, but not going to be able to find it. He's getting chunked in return. The stun, the follow-up there, making sure that he couldn't pull them back onto that tower was massive, forcing out the Zennial ult already. So that is a huge cooldown. Baited out for the side of Vitality. That's what they want to do. Azur's going to go in, try and find the stun. There's the initiation, but is the follow-up going to be there? No, Azur's actually the target here. Just trying to get himself out. The ult is going to go off. The heal's going to be there. He's going to be able to back into this fight, though. But the health is very low, and they're locking him down. The damage there, he is able to start to recover on this as well. Relax, pulling them in. Suitaro was diving. He dived in way too deep, and that was that, because now Suitaro is back, but it don't matter none. He's just going to get put right back down again.
That was so close. Rez actually used Death's Embrace onto the Teamy, and they almost killed him. Teamy revived and couldn't run away. It was the funniest thing, but he barely got away. However, the Max overextended a little bit, and then For the Dream was able to focus him down and then take care of him. And now they have map control. Now they need to push map control, farm up, catch up with their gold deficit, and then try to get back in the game against Vitality.
And this is really the power of Mina. I mean, we're looking at this. The hero that we've seen have mixed success so far, but she's just able to help pull them under the towers, get that taunt. It's got such a low cooldown at this stage in the game. She's able to constantly be pulling them back under those towers, which means that Vitality doesn't have to overextend. You just force them to overextend, because at that point, like, well, we're committed, I guess. Teamy's going in there. The rest of the squad has to be there, but we are, I think, now starting to see the lack of damage. Raz is really the only one going to be dishing out that backline damage here for the side of Vitality, but when they're fighting into all the AoE bursts coming out from the side of For the Dream, that's just scary.
Yeah, For the Dream, look at the amount of, Clave Sancti, Muramasa, Armor Pierce, right? Arena Violet's building a very bursty build, and also on top of the burst, Hercules Madness gives attack damage and gives a shield every time their HP is below 40%. So they're basically building in a way that Wiz can survive long enough and do the damage so that Arena Violet cannot be blown up. So I like the build so far, and the amount of attack damage coming out from Wiz is going to be super bursty against a Raz, which has no armor.
Yeah, I really like that here. I mean, the build is again, very similar to the stuff we were talking about here. And I like to see that, we're going to have the same kind of thought process of what these pros are bringing to the table. So they're now starting to push in here onto the top tower, splitting the attention of the side of For the Dream. But we have Wonder Woman as well, just trying to make sure that the lanes are keeping pushed in here. They can't get too far out for the side of For the Dream. But at some point, I'm going to watch for Relax, but already at half health to start this off, trying to force them back. But the damage on the towers is slowly, surely starting to accumulate.
Yeah, look at that ultimate. Arena Violet's using it every time to clear that wave. However, they are getting some nice attacks onto the tower, but they need to secure high ground tower soon. They need to keep poking here. And look at Raz. He's constantly poking, but again, they're building defense against. They have Medallion of Troy. Medallion of Troy is going to be able to absorb that burst damage. And with Mina and Zenio, and look at the formation, right? All three of Medallion of Troy, they can easily block those power surges from Raz so it does not land on Arena Violet or L'Oreal. So that positioning is going to be really critical so that Raz doesn't poke down the carries.
The team synergy is flying across the board here, whether it be in play, whether it be in items, whether it be in positioning. For the Dream having such a clear vision of what they want and what they need to do here. But Vitality says the exact same thing, because the Dark Slayer is up and they're going to look to back up and take this now. And this could be the edge they need in this fight. Vitality is going to take this uncontested. For the Dream not responding in the least here, and now either going to force them to try and take a desperate fight or just continue the turtle war.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to dive and try to get a team wipe, or they're going to try to organize a wave. Looks like they're going to organize a wave a little bit and try to whittle down the top and mid tower here.
It's going to be tricky, though, for them, because at this point, we do see the damage from Arena Violet starting to come online. And watch how fast she just rips through these waves. Those crits hurt at this stage of the game. But the mid tower here, all the while, Moon is poking away. The division is going in. Suitaro is going to look to start to engage. This is going to be the fight. They're going in onto the backline, identifying Arena Violet, but they're targeting under the core, though, and that is going to be a lot of damage coming back their way. I think they may have gone too far. The damage coming out from For the Dream, shutting them down, diving in just way too deep for the side of Vitality, and now they are in full retreat.
Yeah, that was such an aggressive play. You saw the amount of AoE damage coming from the Wisp. This is exactly what you do not want to do into a Wisp and L'Oreal combination. And you saw how fast all of Vitality's health bars just were depleted by the amount of damage coming out. And it was so obvious. It was telegraphed. The Max was ulting using liftoff onto the back line. And as soon as that happened, the entire team then dove. They should have just focused the tower, backed off, and let just one person die instead of giving the ace over. And now they're losing 2-3 towers potentially and a lot of map pressure, which puts For the Dream right back into the game here. It's not worth it to give an ace ever over. And look at the damage. Wisp is full build. Wisp is full build now, and that's going to be a huge, huge momentum for the Dream at this point.
Yeah, but again, pushing high ground towers. So here's the thing, though. Vitality, if you're right, if they manage to just go in, bait everybody pulling back with the threat of the Max ult, and then when they all step back to do that, Max cancels it.
Exactly.
And then they just focus down the tower. That was the play, but instead they go all in and end up not finding the most success.
Yeah,
they do get the high ground tower. Something, I guess. but they ended up trading one. Yeah.
But look at L'Oreal's build. L'Oreal has Holies of Holy. That is one of the most expensive magic items. It gives 400 ability power. And she has a Pierce with Hekate's. She's going to do so much damage. I mean, just the ability power and the amount of burst that's going to come from L'Oreal because of that build. She's a threat that they have to take seriously because of Medallion of Troy, although it will protect you some, it's not going to be enough protection because of the true damage from L'Oreal's passive.
Yeah, L'Oreal is going to be a big threat here, but of course, Arena of Violet as well. Looking at this build, oh my, that is so much damage coming in, but Rez and crew are going to look to impart that onto the side of Vitality here as they are chasing them down in the top lane. Redemption is trying his best, but the taunt is there, the follow-up. Max is joining the fray, Rez is the target as well. They are finding Arena of Violet, and the backline, though, actually going to follow nicely done, though. King doing a beautiful job isolating that backline. They're going to go in, but they will be back into this fray, and now Redemption, lots of full health bars for the side of Further Dream. They're going to try and clean this up.
Yeah, and again, L'Oreal is just too good into this competition late game. I mean, now Circle is going to be full build pretty much. Yep, they're full build, and this is going to pose a huge problem because Roma, although super good in early and mid, he is so weak in terms of late game. His late game potential, he's so squishy, full damage Roma, easy to focus and delete. So this is going to be a very interesting team fight for that. They have to basically catch For the Dream off guard. If For the Dream just plays on top L'Oreal and Wisp, it's going to be such a hard team fight for that to win.
Did Azers just walk away?
Yeah. He got away.
And they killed him once, but like,
yeah,
he just ran away.
Yeah, he has Ancestral Glory and he has his revive. He can revive twice.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might have been a bit of a misplay for the Dream. That could have been a great stagger death if they brought that out. That would have been massive getting the teamie there. They might have thought, whatever, we'll just let him walk away here. But like, that could actually be huge. So we'll see if that ends up going to bite them here because there's still a pretty significant gold now for this side.
I like
Vitality,
what Ryoma just did. He bought Death Sickle, which means that it basically prevents damage from a killing blow, which allows him to last a little longer. So any damage that potentially can kill him, it's going to basically stop it. And Death Sickle is a really good item to allow you to survive in a team fight from a massive amount of burst damage.
Yeah, going to have that last few seconds there to maybe try and make a big play there for his team. And of course, that is so crucial for these engages. So we'll see how that pays out for them here. Because the side of For the Dream, I mean, they've recovered somewhat still in this, but they have to win the fights. And they show just in that last engage that if Vitality is still able to initiate there, the Max is still going to be a threat in these late game situations. They have to look to deal with that. They can't be feeling super confident here, but the Bush meta is alive and well.
Yeah, look at Arena of Vi's positioning. They're always behind, not win the same Bush as his team, letting his team get vision first so that he cannot be focused. And that's the key there, because Max is going to want to go on this Violet, and they want to basically hit the backline and delete the Vi, because that's the key. They need to kill Arena of Violet or Shirku, or else Vitality's going to lose every fight. But look at the amount of damage. 2,150 burst and crit coming out. That is just massive amounts of damage. No boots anymore. So Ancestral Glory, no boots. So Wisp is not going to have that speed to run away. However, that's fine because the damage in Ancestral Glory is going to revive right back.
I think this is huge. I mean, that is the true late game. Sell your boots. I'm slow. I don't care. I'm just going to do even more sustainability, survivability, and of course, having that revive if you so need it. So the Ancestral Glory going to be coming online for almost every single person in the game right now.
Yeah, Ryoma actually just sold the Sickle, that Sickle, and instead opted for the Ancestral Glory. That's a lot of revives, a lot of fights back and forth. It's going to be very interesting because, again, if they do not kill L'Oreal or Arena Violet, then For the Dream is going to win this game. ADC comp in late game like this with the L'Oreal late game, it's just the perfect position that For the Dream wants to be in, and they got it.
I mean, theoretically, yes, but okay. So here's the play right now going in there. The Dark Slayer respawn, the second Dark Slayer spawn. The backdoor from Vitality is coming in. They don't have the minion wave, but I'm not sure it's going to matter here. They're wailing away on the core, and this looks like it might be a Redemption is taking so much damage. So he's actually their key DPS. They need him to come back up. He will have the glory. All right, so they're going to try and survive on this, but the damage coming in from the Wisp. They're wailing on the core. They're trying to make this. Can they get the damage in the last? The backdoor potential might be too much. They're trying to take down the core. Azure might be the last one. What? Can they do it? What, Max?
Oh my goodness, look at that health. Is the shot going to kill it? No, it's not. It's literally just one hit away. It's one hit away.
King, they need to not see King.
Oh no.
They don't see King. King is going to look for this backdoor here.
Oh my god.
Okay, King He is the most dangerous little Wonder Woman that ever lived right now.
Omen has Death's Embrace. He's going to lock Wonder Woman in position. Oh my goodness!
Can they find the stun? The follow-up is there. Can they get her out of range? No, King is trying to do it. One more out of... No! Wait, all right, there's one more second here. One more second. They're going to come back. Can they find it? And there's the takedown.
Wow! Vitality. Just insane play. What a smart and risky, high risk, high reward, and it was rewarded.
Vitality just did that. You saw that correctly. Are you kidding me? That was insane. That is the most crazy play I have seen yet in pro play in Arena of Valor ever.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Hello, welcome back to the desk. So we saw Mowgli speaking to minions, and we saw Wonder Woman win.
That was, I'm just shocked. I mean, Vitality literally, they won with super minions, and now they dove the core without minions, and you saw how tanky the core was, and all these ancestral glories back and forth. I mean, they knew they could not win a team
did
fight.
Omen not have his ult? He needed to lock her down outside of range.
Yeah, I don't know.
He literally she's a melee. Just stop her out of range. Just do it, Omen. No.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. We obviously need some time to collect ourselves. So as a result, we're gonna throw the entire last segment of that. Sweet J, let's take it step by step. We're gonna roll it in. We're gonna roll it in a second.
Wow.
Let's
take a breather.
Let's walk us through.
I need a minute.
What just transpired? You need a minute. I need an hour. Can I get an energy drink? I don't know. Sweet J, this one's you.
Yeah, this is a crazy play. Wonder Woman is pushing the side lane because they have no tower there, so they have to push their lane. And look at Max. He uses Liftoff. Liftoff actually prevents your teammates from homing. They cannot home port because of the Liftoff ultimate. What a smart play there to cancel that. But look at the damage, and Redemption is tanking it. They're all trying to hit it all at once. I mean, this is just a game of attrition. They're all tower locked at this point.
So that could have actually been a huge misplay. Redemption taking that initial round of damage almost cost them this so hard. Because he was part of their crucial damage here. If that had gone on one of the tanks, they might not. Yeah. It was so close. Like, it was, oh man, this was down to the
wire.
I mean, that is insane. So they defend this. The one in the game I come from, we would call that a Kalaris core. Our lovely friend Kalaris, ESL caster, as a way of curse, the Kalaris curse, we call it.
They're buying and selling ancestral glories. Like it was amazing.
Is there not? There's not a cooldown on it, is there?
No.
So you can sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can sell it and rebuy it.
That's Sicko and Ancestral Glory basically. They swap it back and forth, because it prevents the last killing blow.
So this is, I think this was the most perplexing out of them all. Obviously, the flicker over the wall.
That's stun on the range.
He was stun on the res.
Yeah.
So he was a stun, and it didn't matter if he ulted by that
point. Omen didn't have the ult up too.
It didn't have the ult.
Oh yeah. It was 2/3 of the way finished.
Right. Yeah, he used it. The triangle is not lit. With the triangle was green.
I have never seen a core so close to death 3 times. And hey, you got to give it to Wonder Woman. There's a reason why she has such a high involvement. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. That was a phenomenal game. Okay.
I just can't believe my eyes.
Let's figure out how we got to this point, because that's obviously one of the more, entertainingly non-obvious factors. The early game, very back and forth. Sweet J, talk me through this.
My mind needs to clear and recollect myself here based on what happened.
Okay, my prediction though, I know we're behind.
Don't you use this as a platform for your no.
This is the Enverum agenda.
Post veto.
Like I said, the draft was won early game for Vitality, but late game for the Dream won the draft late game. But they had Ryoma, they had Wonder Woman, they had all these extremely strong early games. They dominated. Although For the Dream had some plays though, they came back a little bit here and there.
Can I also just interject and say that Wonder Woman had an unfortunate disconnect.
That's true.
So she loses credibility, so she doesn't have 100 credibility anymore. But she still gets MVP because she won the game.
Yeah. That was, he made up. He made up for the disconnect.
He did. He made up for the disconnect.
I have to give all the props in the world to Vitality.
I mean, yeah.
Because they found the only way to win. They were not going to win this game if they did literally anything else. They would have taken a miracle. They made a miracle. That is just incredible. I am absolutely floored.
So, all right, that game happened. I don't think there's too much more analysis.
Nope, that was it.
King went Yas Queen. Let's get to game number 2.